दोस्तों, मैं हूं आपका मनपसंद आरजे मनीष और आप सभी को मेरा सप्रेम नमस्कार और सलाम नमस्ते। कैसे हैं आप सब लोग? आशा करता हूं आप सब लोग स्वस्थ होंगे, मस्त होंगे, खुश होंगे। लॉकडाउन ऑस्ट्रेलिया में तो खुल गए हैं, आप लोग इंजॉय कर रहे होंगे लाइफ को। और आज देखिए 3 महीने के बाद मैं अपने घर से बाहर निकला हूं और कहाँ आ गया हूं? आज मैं आ गया हूं किरण डिजाइन स्टूडियो में। ये गंगालिन में है, हमारे कैनबरा के शहर में। बहुत ही प्यारा लग रहा है। किरणदीप ग्रेवाल जी हैं जो कि इस स्टूडियो को आपने देखे कितना ब्यूटीफुल सजाया हुआ है। इनसे मैं मुलाकात करूंगा, बातें करूंगा। और ये इनका बड़ा अच्छा प्यारा लोगो है, अ प्लेस वेयर आर्ट एंड डिजाइन इज विदाउट बॉर्डर्स। है ना बढ़िया? चलिए चलिए, ये दीवारों को हटाते हैं, किरणदीप जी से बात करते हैं और इनकी जर्नी के बारे में बात करते हैं। इनको इंस्पिरेशन कहाँ से मिलता है और ये सब जो आप देख रहे हैं ये क्या है। आपको ले चलता हूं एक टूर पर। दूर से आप बैठ के आराम से देखिए, लगे रहिए, सुनते रहिए, देखते रहिए, पूरा तड़का लगा के। ये देखिए ब्यूटीफुल।
हेलो, वेलकम मनीष जी।
किरणदीप जी कैसी हैं? आपका स्वागत है, अभिनंदन है, एंड वेलकम टू रेडियो मनपसंद।
थैंक यू एंड वेलकम टू माय स्टूडियो।
बहुत अच्छा लगा, आपने इनवाइट किया और मुझे बड़ा अच्छा लग रहा है। प्लीज टेक मी ऑन दिस टूर। क्या 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 है यहाँ पे जो देख रहे हैं हम?
So, like at the back are very special paintings.
अच्छा।
This is my 4-year-old. My daughter, when she was 4-year-old, she did that, and that was done from one of my art workshops.
ओके।
And these are silk kaftans, and जो silk आती है, this is all Indian silk, and
इंडियन सिल्क फ्रॉम वेयर इज इट?
I get it from Patiala. I've got my the person who sends me basically.
Okay.
Yeah, and
So you design it here, or is
Yes.
it made back in Punjab or Patiala?
no, it is made. It is all only silk comes from Punjab, and it is all stitched here. Like this is has been stitched by a local
Okay.
lady.
अच्छा, उस बारे में बातें करेंगे कि स्टिचिंग कौन करता है और कैसे आप इसका डिजाइन करती हैं।
Yeah, so it's Sarah Goodchild जो जिन करती हैं, and scarves I do it everything myself because it's a straight seam.
अच्छा।
It's not very technical. So I try all my colors of my paintings on my kaftans and mix and match and everything.
वही देख रहा हूँ मैं कि आपके पेंटिंग में भी वही बड़ा अच्छा रंगीन
Yes,
चित्र
so
दिख रहे।
ये वाली है जो it is जो leftover silks from my silk kaftans and scarves. So उसकी फिर because I don't waste anything. So then I do machine embroidery or hand embroidery to make it into a visual art picture. So this is also made like that.
बहुत बढ़िया। ये भी आपने किया है?
No, ये मेरे बच्चों ने किया है.
अच्छा। लॉकडाउन आर्ट।
Lockdown art, yes. So I love peacocks.
अच्छा।
Yes. So my process of the entire, it's a elaborate process of creating my work. So first I'll sketch. So I draw a lot. And then if I like the image, it will go on a bigger paper in black and white, because in black and white then you can see much more. And then I convert it into color. Then to test out the colors, I would hand dye silks, fabric, just to see how colors interact with each other. Eventually then it will go on canvas.
अच्छा।
And then last May it will go on silk. And it's all this process is because with silk you have to be very careful. There's no room for mistakes. So by the time I've gone on to silk, I've memorized all my lines, and I know as well how the color is also going to interact on it.
बहुत बढ़िया।
Yeah. So this is a very special painting.
प्लीज एक्सप्लेन ये क्या है। और
Yeah, इसमें हुआ था कि like we got this was back in India when we were on holiday.
अच्छा।
So a visitor came, and which was an elephant with mouths. So we had a chat and everything, and they posed for my quick sketch and a photograph, and then
So you made there and then और यहाँ पे आके बनाया.
Yes, I normally carry my sketchbook with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
तो हॉलीडे में आप भी लगी रहती हैं, मतलब यू नॉट हॉलीडेइंग, मतलब आपके दिमाग में
वो चलता रहता है.
इट्स अ गुड आइडिया.
Yeah.
चलिए बहुत अच्छा.
So these are oil paintings,
अच्छा.
and this is just autumn and gum trees.
Is it Canberra art?
This is Canberra.
अच्छा, very nice.
And this one is the sea, because I've traveled so much. So जैसे
लोग बीच में स्विमिंग करने जाते हैं, आप बीच पे बैठ के खाली बस आर्ट पेंटिंग करती रहती हैं. बहुत बढ़िया.
So these are very special hand painted silk scarves.
अच्छा, ये पेंटिंग है?
Yes.
Oh.
Like this is.
मुझे लगा प्रिंटिंग है, पेंटिंग है.
This is all hand painted.
Okay, very nice.
And this is with hand embroidery and a little bit of shisha work in there.
अच्छा, बड़ी मेहनत का काम है. इट्स नॉट, देखने में बड़ा सिंपल लग रहा है, लेकिन आपने जो एक एक कारीगरी की है, दिस इज सो अमेजिंग.
Yeah, so every piece would take me.
हाँ, वही कितना टाइम?
For a silk piece like that, it would take me 2 weeks. But इसके पीछे the prep time is at least a month or 2 months because of all the drawing. Because I do freehand drawing, so tracing say I feel very restrictive. So very 2 months project you can say with every piece of work. Wow. Easily. Yeah. I
can see that.
Yeah.
It's come out very nicely. Beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
And these sketches you have made?
This is again from India. This we had visited he's no more. A very spiritual person.
Mm-hmm.
So he actually at that time, it was an amazing experience actually meeting him. So he was drifting in and out of his samadhi. And I had never experienced that. But so at that time, that's what he was quickly, my husband who, who's my partner in crime in all my artwork. So he quickly took the picture, the way it was capturing of that moment. So I couldn't, even if I would start sketching, I would have felt I will disturb him.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was very quiet picture which was taken.
Very nice, very nice, beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. And this one is again migration series. So it's kind of my self-portrait of me coming to Australia.
Acha.
So I'm sitting on gum leaves.
क्या बात.
And
And इसमें रंग जो है वो the flower.
The flower only had the colors because I'm fascinated by the flora and fauna here. And
बहुत बढ़िया.
Yeah.
आपका I've seen the mixture of two cultures, Australia and India.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yes, I think we are very similar because it's the way I feel this is an ancient land. And it's being able to connect, and that's what India is also, very ancient, very spiritual place. And so it's just the connection with the birds and the animals and the trees. It's similar actually.
And the Aboriginal culture is very similar to our Indian culture, isn't it?
Yes.
Look the way they dance, the respect, their flora and fauna.
Yes, and the respect they have for their elders is amazing as well. Similar to what we are also expected naturally to,
Beautiful. चलिए आपसे और गपशप करेंगे, आपकी जर्नी कंटिन्यू रखते हैं. ये देखिए दोस्तों, बहुत ही प्यारा इनका स्टूडियो है, किरान डिजाइन स्टूडियो. मैं देख रहा हूँ चारों तरफ कलर्स ही कलर्स नजर आ रहे हैं, जो मेरा फेवरेट है. बहुत दिन बाद लॉकडाउन से निकला हूँ बाहर, एंड आई कैन सी लॉट्स ऑफ ब्यूटीफुल कलर्स. चलिए कहीं बैठते हैं, इनसे और गपशप करते हैं. किरण जी विल टेक अस ऑन ए जर्नी. कहाँ शुरुआत हुई, कैसे शुरुआत हुई, बात करेंगे. लगे रहिए दोस्तों, देखते रहिए. किरणदीप जी, ये आपको मैं जस्ट किरण बुलाऊं, इज इट ओके? किरण चलेगा?
चलेगा।
किरण जी, आपने अच्छा टूर कराया और अपने इस स्टूडियो का, जिसका किरण डिजाइन स्टूडियो है, एंड प्लेस वेयर आर्ट एंड डिजाइन इज विदाउट बॉर्डर्स। बहुत बढ़िया टैगलाइन है, मुझे बड़ा अच्छा लगा। आप अपने बारे में बताइए, वेयर आर यू फ्रॉम इन इन इंडिया? कब ऑस्ट्रेलिया आना हुआ और आपकी फैमिली में कौन कौन है?
So I am from Punjab, from Patiala, and I basically traveled. I was 22 when I got married, and then I traveled all over the world, and I sailed because my husband was in shipping. So then we stayed in Ireland for 10 years, and there I met Brother Ambrose, who became my mentor, and he, for me, he is the Cezanne of today's world, and from him I learned basically everything: how to relate to land, how to make art which is meditative, and how to connect with your work and how to connect with yourself. So with him we used to go out and just with our sketchbooks and everything, and just paint and draw and everything. And then from there I went to Cardiff, and there I went into an art school and did my diploma in art and design, and I met some again very influential, I would say, lecturers.
That's back in England.
That's back in England.
So
yes.
Ireland to England and then to Australia? Or
Yes.
there was a transit somewhere?
There was a little transit in Malaysia, and from Malaysia then we came here.
Oh, okay.
And again it was, the journey has been of traveling all around, first all over India with my parents, and then all over the world with my husband. It has been a very special journey for me because that has changed me.
You're very lucky to have parents
Yes.
and a husband.
Yes.
Both are travelers.
Yes. My dad was in the army. So
Oh.
yeah, so every 6 months it used to be a new place,
There's
new
a new
school.
transfer of job.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So which year you came to Australia? Kab aaye aap Australia?
We came in, I think in 98.
Oh, the
2nd October, I remember.
second. अच्छा, महात्मा गांधी's
Yes.
जयंती. Very nice, very nice. आपको याद है?
Yeah.
तो वहाँ से आपकी ये जर्नी शुरू हुई ऑस्ट्रेलिया में.
Yes.
तो आपकी फैमिली में हस्बैंड के अलावा आपके बच्चे?
Yes, I've got 3 beautiful children, and all of them are very supportive of me
Ah, very
and
nice.
my work, and like they tend to push me. तुम कर सकते हो.
Oh, that's good. इसकी जर्नी, ये आपका जो स्टूडियो है वर्चुअल, और ये जो डिजाइन स्टूडियो आपने जो स्टार्ट किया, या पेंटिंग है, स्केचिंग है, सिल्क आर्ट वर्क है, टेक्सटाइल आर्टिस्ट, ये कब आपके अंदर एक उजागर हुआ? जैसे
It was always there. So I've been drawing and painting since I was little, and
back in school and college
yes,
days as well?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I didn't pursue in the study field as such, but I kept like this. When I met my husband, when we traveled, I came across so many people who influenced me and encouraged my work. And it was like it's a normal thing to do for me. So I've always been painting, and this journey for exhibiting as such started in UK. So I was exhibiting there quite regularly,
अच्छा,
and
वहाँ से फिर शुरुआत होगी.
yes,
It was a passion या hobby,
Yes.
and then hobby से आपने फिर इसको प्रोफेशन बना लिया.
yes, वो मतलब कि गाड़ी चलती है,
गाड़ी चलती है और रुकी नहीं.
रुकी नहीं.
एंड विश ये कंटिन्यू रहे ऐसी जर्नी आपकी. वी वुड लव टू सी ऑल योर. अभी भी अंदर है कुछ जो निकलने बाकी है, या दिस इज?
I have plenty more actually.
अच्छा, आपके
Yes.
अभी अभी और है
अभी और है because there's so many things to do.
तो इस आपने बताया बचपन से करती, तो आपके पेरेंट्स में कोई था, आपके ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स में था, या कहाँ से आपने सीखा, मतलब कि या
कहीं से नहीं सीखा.
जेनेटिक है कुछ, कहीं से नहीं सीखा?
No, because nobody draws in my family.
अच्छा,
Yeah, and
स्कूल में टीचर यू गॉट सम?
no.
Nobody?
No. I like my mother always says कि drawing बहुत अच्छी करती थी, so science के diagrams बहुत अच्छे होते थे.
Okay.
Kind of thing. But I didn't learn it as well. Because I used to draw, like, we used to get those Chanda Mama, Amar Chitra Katha,
Absolutely, yeah.
isn't it? So,
And there was like cartoon characters.
cartoon characters. So,
So you
I
used to
did-
draw cartoons.
yes.
अरे वाह, बढ़िया. तो आपके पेरेंट्स ने कभी नहीं बोला अंधी दौड़ में कि डॉक्टर बनो, इंजीनियर बनो, ये क्या, व्हाट इज?
no.
नेवर. सो आप स्टडीज में भी अच्छी थी या खाली आपकी?
Studies में भी अच्छी थी. And like, but वो pressure नहीं था कि यही करना. So मेरा खुद का ही pressure होता था.
कमाल है,
Yeah.
भगवान की देन है, मतलब बोलते हैं ना, ऊपर वाला आपके अंदर एक ऐसा कला छुपा के लेकर आया है जो
Yeah.
अब निकल के आ रही है. एंड ऑस्ट्रेलिया सच ए ब्यूटीफुल कंट्री जहाँ पे आप
Yes.
अपना ये पैशन है या प्रोफेशन एक्सप्लोर कर सकते हैं.
Yes.
बहुत बढ़िया.
definitely.
तो इंस्पिरेशन आपको कहीं से मिलती है? जैसे आपने कहा कि यू जस्ट गो थ्रू, आप अपने आसपास देखती हैं, चाहे वो फ्लोरा फोना है, बीच है, चाहे बटरफ्लाईज हैं, फ्लावर्स हैं, वो आप अपने पेंटिंग्स
और खुद की लाइफ,
अच्छा.
I put that as well. So
अच्छा.
my life I feel is the biggest inspiration for me.
अच्छा.
Yeah. And अभी जैसे यही पेंटिंग है.
हम्म.
So it's again about a situation about, a woman.
ये पंजाब की लग रही है.
Yes.
सम कुकिंग हो रही है
Cooking, yeah.
ऑन ए कोल या वुड फायर,
Yes.
जो यहाँ पे बारबेक्यू बोलते हैं.
Yes.
ये है पंजाब का बारबेक्यू.
Punjab ka barbecue hai. So you have the ghee and the chakla velan and everything.
एंड शी इज मेकिंग सम कुकिंग
Yes.
चिकन, करी चिकन या बटर चिकन या समथिंग.
I'm a vegetarian.
आप वेजिटेरियन? आई वुडंट गो देयर देन.
वो दाल बना रही है.
दाल बना रही है, रोटी तैयारी हो रही है,
Yes.
चकला रखा है, बेलन
Yes.
रखा है.
Yes.
वंडरफुल वंडरफुल. तो कहीं भी से आप इंस्पिरेशन ले लेती हैं, मतलब इट्स
Yes. Yes.
यू नॉट स्टिक टू वन काइंड ऑफ सब्जेक्ट,
No.
आपके अंदर घूमता रहता है कुछ भी.
It's like abhi, because of the lockdown, we
हाँ.
couldn't go anywhere.
I was,
So garden is coming,
True.
become a big thing
True.
for me. And I've discovered you can dry everything. So as you would have noticed around my studio, I've got some dried leaves and
अच्छा,
plants.
हाँ, यस.
So this will again, the next paintings will come from there.
So you will, इसको आप स्टिक करेंगे ऑन टू द
No,
कैनवस?
I'll be drawing it
अच्छा.
and then
दिखाता
I'll
हूँ.
be
Yeah.
taking out shapes and colors from it.
अच्छा.
And then, make a good mix of it and see what happens.
बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत.
Yeah.
तो यू हैव बीन कलेक्टिंग दीज अपने वॉक पे या कहीं बाहर गार्डन से?
This is from my garden. So with my garden, what we are doing is we are getting specific plants which have particular colors and certain textures so that I can also use them for my artwork.
I've noticed आप very fond of colors.
Yes.
बहुत ज्यादा आपके अंदर कलर्स
Yes.
छुपा हुआ है.
Yes.
लोग ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट करते हैं, लेकिन आपने कलर्स, ये कलर्स मतलब आप देखती हैं कलर को, आप एकदम कहते हैं मैग्नीफाई कर देती हैं. जितने कलर्स मैं देख रहा हूँ आपके, जितने भी आपके,
Yeah.
इट्स मोर लाइक ए रेनबो से भी ज्यादा कलर्स हैं.
Yeah, like you would know na, कि if you have been brought up in India and you're surrounded by color,
True.
you're surrounded by creativity, you're surrounded by so much art, कि it is in you.
इट्स इन यू. वहाँ
It's
से
in you.
जो देखते हैं,
Yeah,
आई कैन इमेजिन.
yeah.
वंडरफुल, बहुत बढ़िया. आपका जर्नी सुन के मैं बहुत इंस्पायर हो रहा हूँ. मुझे लग रहा है कि आप मेरी तरफ देख के मेरी पेंटिंग ना बना दें.
बन सकती है.
बन सकती है. चलिए मेरे को दीजिएगा, मैं उसको ऑक्शन करूंगा.
Okay.
आई विल बी $1 million रिच. तो आपके ऑस्ट्रेलियन टच भी आता है, आपका देखा मैंने. खाली इंडियन इंस्पिरेशन नहीं है इसमें, ऑस्ट्रेलियन भी है. तो उस बारे में बताइए कि ऑस्ट्रेलिया की क्या क्या चीजें आपको अभी भी अट्रैक्ट करती हैं. जैसे हमने एबरिजिनल आर्ट की बात की, या
Yeah, abhi, like I'm still discovering about the land and the people, and my connection actually with Australia. When I say Australia, I would say the land. It happened in Western Australia when I was in Perth. And before we were in Perth, we lived in Esperance for a little while. And it's amazing landscape, the way the color changes. Completely white, and then you have all this iron ore, so completely red. So, and for me, that, especially that area of Esperance, I used to call it, that it's a Vishnu land, because I've never come across so many rainbows there. So that's when I also felt that this is a very special land, and we should never take it for granted. It makes you feel that it's a special, I call it Australia as an ancient land actually, and it's a privilege to be here.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
चलिए, आप एक्सप्लोर करते रहिए. गो ऑन टू एन ऑस्ट्रेलियन ट्रिप. अब
Yes.
तो एंड आपका हस्बैंड इज अ ट्रैवलर टू.
Yes.
ही विल टेक यू अराउंड.
Yes.
बहुत अच्छा है. चलिए, आपसे मैं सीखना चाहूंगा. Do you really teach people out here? Do you have workshops, and do you open your studio? People come and learn from you.
That was before COVID. The doors were always open, and I used to give one-on-one or in groups. So mini workshops, or if it was one-on-one, it was again, especially with children, it used to be according to the children's needs. And when I would, and मेरे में ये था कि हमेशा रहा कि if I feel the child has, or the student has learnt enough, now it's time to grow.
Very nice.
On your own. Yeah.
तो आप टीचर नहीं बनी कहीं? Are you part of any school or art group where you are a full-time teacher?
I won't, I have involved myself with the community.
Achha.
So I started this initiative in Canberra called Migrant Women Art Group.
Oh, very nice.
So we meet every Tuesday, and it is supported by Gungahlin Arts, and we celebrate culture and art there. So we share, we have got a group of 35 women from all over the world.
Is it? Okay.
Yes. So we exchange our culture there, and
The ideas.
Everything. It's just an amazing space for women.
35 women per.
Yes.
Men? What about men? They're not interested, or they're not keen to be?
You are the second one to say, what about men, Kiran?
Where is the Gungahlin Arts? Is it in the Gungahlin College, or?
No, we meet at common grounds, but this particular group is only for women, I'm sorry.
Oh.
So for men, we have to start a new one.
Okay, that's a good idea. Otherwise, I'll wear a sari and come and join you. So.
And I also have, this was in 2020, I started creative at Slow Stitch. This is again, it's open to anyone. And if you are interested in stitching, needle and thread, hand embroidery. So we just get together every fortnight at Belco Arts, every Friday, every second Friday. And, just share, have a laugh, make friends.
Okay, we'll share all these details on our Facebook page as well as on our YouTube channel. Talking of that Migrant Women's Arts Group, is there any charge for that, or anybody can join?
It is free, so anyone can join as long as you have migrated.
You have to be a migrant.
Yeah, you have to be a migrant.
Okay. So people can.
Yeah.
और आपसे अगर संपर्क करना चाहे कोई, आपसे डायरेक्टली बात करना चाहे, उस कैसे can they come to you and visit you here in the studio, or is only virtually at the moment because of
Like today is for the first time I'm trying out this virtual open studio because of circumstances of with COVID. And every November normally I have open studio, which is part of Design Canberra Festival. And but if anyone wants to get in touch with me, I've got Facebook page, which is Kiran Design Studio. I'm on Instagram as well. And best contact is like if you go onto my website, which is www.kirandesignsstudio.com, and then you get all the contact links there.
Okay.
So feel free. I would encourage everybody, just feel free to get in touch regarding if you want to learn any art basically, or if you need to draw. I also, on my YouTube channel, I've started this little project which is Art at Home project, which is just very small, family friendly art activities. So just go there, follow that, and just draw, because I think it helps us mentally.
Helps you heal from the
Definitely.
pandemic, what we have gone through, because this is something which has come out in the lockdown. People are cooking, cleaning, artists. They're becoming what they were never thought of doing it before, because everybody was under blind race. किरणदीप जी, आपसे बातें करके बहुत अच्छा लगा. It was lovely chatting with you. आपके बारे में जान के I'm so inspired. मेरे अंदर भी एक आर्टिस्ट निकल के आ रहा है. So आपका कोई एग्जीबिशन वगैरह भी लगती है?
मेरी अभी it's been a bit slow because of since 2020. So I normally have group exhibitions. So currently there's one in Craft ACT, and that's a very interesting piece actually. So it's hand embroidery, and it's a picture of my older son and my daughter. They're 7 years apart, and I get inspired from my children actually, the way they relate to each other. So there's this amount of respect which I see amongst themselves, and as a mother, I don't think I contributed so much. It's how they have ended up relating, because as a parent you can only show the pathway, कि ऐसे नहीं बोलना, वैसे नहीं बोलना. But that's a very nice moment that is captured.
किरण जी, आपसे बातें करके बहुत अच्छा लगा, बहुत मजा आया, और हम चाहेंगे कि आप ऐसे ही लगे रहें, कार्य करते रहें, और भी बढ़िया बढ़िया आर्ट करें. आपकी और भी आर्ट एंड क्राफ्ट एंड टेक्सटाइल आर्टिस्ट्री हमको देखने को मिले. आप पूरी ऑस्ट्रेलिया पे छा जाएं. थैंक यू सो मच. बातें करके बहुत अच्छा लगा.
Thank you for visiting.
नमस्कार.
Namaskar. Thank you.